Hello everyone, I want to welcome you back to Kathy's Creole Kitchen. Today we are making a portobello mushroom pot roast. As promised, it's all plant-based. We're going to use baby portobello mushrooms, and everything up here is organic and it has been cleaned and brushed off. I don't peel the potatoes because this is like a potato medley, so I just put them in water and I just brush them real hard with a little scrub brush that I use in the kitchen. First of all, I'm going to let you know that you need to preheat the oven 375 degrees because we're going to be using a Dutch oven today to cook it all in. It's basically a one pot wonder. So I'm going to give you the ingredients. We're going to need 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 1/4 pounds of potatoes. I choose the little medley, but if you just want to get golden Yukon and cut them into bite-sized pieces, that's okay too. We're going to do 1 pound of baby bella mushrooms. I have 12 ounces of peeled baby carrots, 1 onion chopped, 4 cloves of garlic chopped, 1 tablespoon of rosemary, 1 tablespoon of basil. This is fresh rosemary. This is dried basil because unfortunately the freeze killed my basil plant, so I got to start all over. So this is a tablespoon of basil. I have 3 cups of vegetable stock. But we're gonna only, when we first do it, we're gonna use 2½ cups. So we're gonna reserve 1/2 cup to the side. I have 1/2 cup of dry red wine, and this is really delicious. I talked to the wine guy at the store today, and he told me about it, and it's actually pretty darn good. 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and this cornstarch is to thicken up the gravy that's going to be in the mushroom pot roast. And then I have some kosher salt, and we're going to add some kosher, some cracked pepper, and that's the ingredients you need. Oh, and a teaspoon of smoked paprika. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the Dutch oven. We're going to put the heat on probably medium. And then we're going to add the olive oil in it. Now we're going to let it heat up a bit. That's the olive oil. And the reason we got the olive oil in there is because we're going to put the onions in there. We're going to saute the onions in there, and you want to saute these onions until they're transparent. And the reason you want to do that is because it releases the flavor in everything. So we will, as soon as the oil gets hot in the Dutch oven, I'm going to add the onions, and I'm going to saute them until they're translucent. And once they're translucent, I'm going to get the garlic, and I'm going to cook that for 1 to 2 minutes, okay? And then we're going to go to the next step. I just want to let you know what I'm getting ready to do. But first of all, you got to let it heat up a bit. You don't want to just do it. And I always use this in my Dutch oven because I don't want to scratch it up. I use a silicone spatula. So I'm going to let that heat up, and then I'm going to saute the onions until they're translucent, and then I'm going to add the garlic and saute that more for 1 to 2 minutes. Then I'll get back to you for the next step. Okay, so the onions were done until they were translucent, and I added the garlic and did them for 2 minutes. So now I'm going to add the cornstarch and the paprika, and we're just going to stir that up for about a minute because you don't want it to burn. If you burn it, it will be very bitter. So I'm going to stir this up for a minute, and we'll go to the next step. Okay, we've been stirring it for a minute, and now we're going to add 2.5 cups of the veggie broth. We have to leave half a cup in here. So what is that? Okay, I gotta be careful. Don't want to overpour. Let's see, that's pretty close. Yeah, so we're gonna add we've added the vegetable broth, and now we're gonna add the Worcestershire sauce. Put that in there. And we're gonna add the red wine. Put that there, and we're gonna stir it. And just keep stirring it. I gotta get my notes I have here. Oh, and I have to add the tomato paste also. So let's get the tomato paste. I'm gonna put it in there. All these different flavors, spices and stuff just gets me excited. I love the way it all smells so delicious. So we are going to stir this until it's combined. Just going to stir it all up. Get all of it mixed together. Deliciously yummy. Keep it on like a medium-low heat. And now we're going to add the basil. Put that in there. And we're going to put the rosemary in here. Let's add the rosemary. Stir it all up. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And we're going to bring it to a boil. And when I bring it to the boil, we're going to add the vegetables. So let me get this to boiling, and then we'll add the vegetables. Okay, so it's about to come to a boil, but I'm going to put a couple of pinches of cracked pepper, maybe 3. And I'm going to put some kosher salt in it for to give it a little more zip. It tastes really good now, but you know you're going to be putting these vegetables in it, so let me see how it tastes. I'll let you see how it looks. Some vibrant color like that. Let me take a little taste. That is so delicious. So it's boiling now, so we're going to add the potatoes, and my potatoes were a couple of them were a little bigger, my little medley, so I cut them in half because we want them small, not too big. So we're going to add the potatoes to the mixture. Get them in now, nice and lovely. We're going to add the wonderful carrots. Dump them all in there. And last but not least, the stars of the show are the mushrooms. We're going to put the mushrooms in there. Just like so. Get all that in there. And then we're going to mix it all up so everything gets coated. So all the vegetables are coated with the broth that we made. It's so beautiful. It's such a lovely, lovely mixture. So I've got it all stirred up in there. Next thing we're going to do is I'm just making sure it's all coated very nicely. And now we're going to put the lid on it like so. And we're going to get it in the oven. So let's open up the oven. Let's get the Dutch oven in the oven. And we're going to cook it for an hour and a half. And then we're going to test it and add, if we need to add a little more seasoning in it, we'll do that. But remember, 375 degrees for an hour and a half. So after we get that done, after it's done, we're going to take it out and we're going to taste it and see how it is. So I'll see you back here in an hour and a half. Okay, so the portobello roast has been cooking in the oven for an hour and 23 minutes. I just tested the potatoes, which are the hardest things in it, and they are done. So we're going to remove it from the oven. We're going to turn it off. Going to get it out of the oven. And right before I finished doing it, I made some egg noodles that I'm going to serve with it. So let's get a plate. I want you to see how beautifully delicious it looks. So I'm going to take this top off. Set it there. Oh, just put it over here. It is delicious looking. It's nice and brown, and the potatoes and the mushrooms, everything looks so delicious. Let's take a look at it. So I'm going to get some of the egg noodles. Scoop a few on here, like so. Get a little of this deliciousness. As you remember, I had the medley of potatoes. So I'm getting mushrooms, carrots, potatoes, and I mean, it just smells divine and it looks delicious. And that's, put a little gravy on it from the roastness, like so. Look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. Now, let's just taste it. I'm going to see how it tastes. Now, let me move this out of the way. Let's get a fork. And taste this deliciousness. Let's see. Let's just scoop the flowers a little. Hang on just a sec. Okay, it seemed a little dark, so I had to lighten it up so you can see how beautiful the dish is. So let's see how the mushrooms are in it. Scalding. Oh my gosh. I haven't eaten beef in so many years. This has a wonderful flavor, a wonderful texture with the mushrooms. It tastes like eating a meat dish. The mushrooms they have enough texture and enough bite to make it delicious and chewy. I can't describe how truly delicious this is. You just have to make it yourself. Make it for your family, make it for your friends. Make it for a delightful little dinner. Like I say, it's plant-based, no meat, all organic. Wonderful, wonderful flavor. A wonderful gravy. It made a wonderful looking gravy. It's just really delicious. Please remember to like my videos and subscribe to my page, Kathy's Creole Kitchen. And by all means, please leave me notes. Let me know how you like it or if you didn't like it. We have one more week to go in the month of February, so there will be one more plant-based recipe next week. I hope you enjoy this. Please, please get your friends to subscribe to my page, Kathy's Creole Kitchen. Y'all have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful rest of your week. And remember, let's love one another, because we're all we got. Bye-bye.